Hello, I'm Tom Mower, the president and founder of Sizzle and the chief scientific officer. I'm here to talk to you today about the most revolutionary dynamic discoveries in the history of human health. You see, we're all born, we grow, mature, and die, and that's the normal cycle. But it's really not normal because we're dying younger. The potential, now that they've mapped the human genome, is to live to be 150 years. So if the average lifespan now is 75 years, we're dying at middle age. But nobody dies of middle age. They die because of decay and degeneration. That's what makes up aging. So aging is not how long you have lived, but how much you have decayed and deteriorated, and that determines it. But if you can end the decay and you can increase the regeneration beyond the cells that you're losing, then you won't be decaying and degenerating like that, and the potential to live to a much greater length of time and a longer, not only a longer life, but actually a more active, healthy life is there. Sciences have progressed so much. Within the last 5 years, they've made some major discoveries. 3 of those they're calling the immortality molecule. And so I want to talk about those one by one and explain the systems and putting 4 things together to where you have the potential to end aging, to support the reactivation of biological factors like they were in their 20s again, and to live longer, grow younger, and be more healthy. That interests about everybody, I think. So here's how it works. Researchers at one of the major universities found out that there's a compound called NAD+. And this compound is found in every cell, but particularly in the stem cells that's important, because the stem cells are what you were at one time. You were only one cell, and it progresses and divides, and by the time you're born you got 8 or 10 trillion cells, and by the time you're 20 you have about 40 trillion cells. But from that point of going up, you start losing cells faster than you're generating them, and the decay is taking you down to levels 2, and so you're on a slippery slide where the speed is increasing, and we die at about age 75. Well, the human genome being mapped now says you can live to be 150. So why are we dying at middle age? The reason is because of the factors that cause aging. But now those factors, we believe, in theory, this is what we're hypothesizing here, that we can end aging, literally end aging. And then beyond that, while that's such revolutionary science, then we can go on and support the regeneration of youthful factors that may allow you, instead of growing older, to grow younger as you live longer. And our purpose is for you to live a very long length of time at a much younger age. And that's the purpose we're talking about. So the first molecule is NAD, and it works in the stem cells. Now the stem cells are it's the one cell you were at conception, and they duplicate and they make 220 different types of stem cells, and then they make the replacement cells that wear out in your body, like fingernails and skin and hair and all the internal organs. It's got a lifestyle that is dictated by its genetics, and so they're being replaced all the time as they wear out. Stem cells literally should be immortal, but they wear out. They wear out because they get within themselves, they build up a plaque like on your teeth from oxidation taking in energy, and a lot of the nutrients that go in, because the stem cell has to produce a new stem cell, then the nutrients that go in, not all of them get used and not all of them get passed out. So as a consequence, you start building cellular garbage, which greatly it's called lipofuscin. It impedes the processing of the cell. So if you can remove glycation, and if you can remove the cellular garbage, then the cell is going to be at an optimal condition. Then if you could create NAD, researchers say that the possibility is enormous for you to live to be maybe 150, 200 years. Who knows? They're calling it immortality, but I believe you can get on the road to immortality, and now you can fly down it like never before, because the things you know of in medicine about health, about supplements, about antioxidants, about things to assist you to live healthier and longer, that is really old history. This advanced technology now is we know how we think to end decay. And since aging isn't a disease, you can treat the symptoms. So if you can end the decay, and then the cells are regenerating new cells, and if we can increase the regeneration rate, what are you going to be? You're going to be bigger, stronger, healthier, in theory, and live longer with the potential for, we don't know where that's going to end because we're going far beyond that now. So if we can end that aging, then if you come into the stem cell, which is like its own little factory, and if you feed certain nutrients into it, the biological systems are there to create new cells, to create energy. And the new cells that are produced, they're the same as a stem cell, except they don't have telomeres. Telomeres are what tells it when to duplicate. So these are expendable cells. So as they go out, they still need the NAD for energy. So if you can clean up the cell with the glycation, remove it, plaque, drain the cellular garbage that accumulates, and then you're going to have a system that can work much better. But the cell itself will do that. So you feed it with precursor supplements that are designed to be same as or similar to what is being used in these normal processes. And while the system's gone down, if you bring in these precursors, these other nutrients, up it can come. And you have the potential to, it's almost like a motor overhaul. It will overhaul itself if things are right, because all the DNA is in there to do that. So you provide the ingredients, you can do that, then you can work on providing the nutrients that make NAD, which is what they call the Nobel, actually 7 Nobel Prize winners say is the immortality molecule. What they're saying is it really puts you on the road to immortality. And I'm going to show you how to, what I think is a way to go down it much faster, how to end aging, regenerate youthfulness, and to live much longer at a much younger age. That's the purpose of what we're doing. So we have a product called the Age Pill that comes in and does just that. It's designed to do that. So stem cells have the potential to be immortal if it could repair themselves, if they can repair themselves, and they can keep their duplication rate up, they go on and on. So we're working on that theory, and we have developed the formulation that we believe can closely as possible come to supporting that. The second thing is in the stem cells you have telomeres. They're like tips on your fingernail, and they have to give out some of themselves to create the new cell and to the replacement cell. So with that, every time that one is replaced, you lose telomere units. Well, the telomere units are the ones that regulate how fast it divides. So as you lose more telomere units, it goes down, down, down. So 3 scientists got together to look at this and what the role was for telomeres, and they found out how they function. And they said those are the regulators of duplication rate, and they tell stem cells when to duplicate and how much to do that. The important thing about it is, as you lose numbers or count of telomeres, the duplication rate goes down. But it is possible now to support the telomeres so they can stay long, so the duplication rate can be as fast as possible. And 3 people won a Nobel Prize on this, and we've got the technology that we think that can support as supplements, precursors to this system that keeps telomeres long. So now you have the stem cells with the telomeres, and they can regenerate at theoretically a much faster rate. Then the third factor that comes in is these stem cells, as you get older and you're starting to age, you're losing about 10% of your body mass. And so over a period of time, you get down to where you've got 2 to 5% of stem cell activity, like when you're in your 70s. And even after 50, you've lost probably 60% of your stem cell activity. A lot of them are dormant, and it progressively gets worse. So we have to do things. If we can take the stem cells that are going down, that's in senescence, and support them so they go up, then a lot of them become dormant. And when they become dormant, then they're not functional. They're not dead though, but they release a lot of toxins that really damage the health, the biological system. But now another discovery has been made by one of the leading research institutes in the world. So this is now the third one that's doing it, and they say, we have something else. It's the immortality molecule. Well, they're not all the same, so which is it? Well, they all make sense, because what this does is it goes in and it feeds the system with senescent stem cells, and they're there and they're exuding these toxins because the body has a mechanism called apoptosis to come in and break them down and then to remove them. When they're removed, then a new stem cell, in theory, can pop back up, and you replace a dormant toxic one with a new healthy young one. So this bed of dormant or senescent stem cells is like a flower bed. You can have flowers with lots of petals growing, it's beautiful, but as the season goes on, they lose petals and it becomes less and less and less. That's the way that it is with stem cells. So you're getting down with this dormancy. Pretty soon you've got more dormant than you have in decline. But now this third science comes in and supports the system through apoptosis to allow it to function because of powerful nutrition more efficiently, and to remove the body system itself, remove through the immune system these senescent stem cells and repopulate it. So visualize the flowers going away, and then they come back with this, and that which is going down is now going up. Duplication rate is fast, and you've covered what's necessary to end aging and to regenerate youthful health dynamics, greatly have the potential to greatly expand the lifespan and all of those things. The fourth thing that's very important, which is an amazing science coming out right now, is hydrogen. And if you can drink, or you can inhale, but drink hydrogen water, it puts hydrogen through every molecule, every cell in your body, because it's the world's smallest molecule, universe's smallest molecule. It can go over, you take a drink, a couple of minutes, it's in every cell in your body. Hydrogen comes from the sun, our bodies take it through foods and then release it, and it creates electrical energy. But those things go down as our body deteriorates, and as that is happening, the biological activities, that hydrogen keeps getting off. So our theory, our idea, is by supplementing with hydrogen, that you can drink hydrogen water, which is very healthy for you. There's no toxins with it at all. In fact, it's just the opposite, and it has incredible power. Some people say that it's a miracle molecule, and I say no, it's not a miracle molecule, but it is a mighty molecule that does seemingly impossible things. And so what we're trying to do is to refresh the hydrogen content that goes on through all the cell processes that comes up to making electrical energy, of which you are. So that's the system that we have. You put those four things together and you're on the road to immortality. You're not slowing aging, you're not living a little bit longer. We think you're on the road to immortality, and you can see the windmills of time going on, and you just head towards them. And as you do, you can accelerate with more discoveries, more things are coming. They will get better and better. But right now, this is state of the art, and this is incredible power. And there's 3 different systems of or units in the healthcare industry research that are all validating, all of them backed by Nobel Prize winners. So this is not a quackery technology. This is real science, and it's real science that's incredibly powerful.